Okay, boys and girls, how do we make a straight axle? An axle that was once straight, like this one, which is no longer useful. These are SOL, both ends are SOL. This is going on a jet ski trailer. I'm going to make a new axle for it. And how do we weld the spindles on and get them straight? And do we need one up here and one under here and one up there and one under there? Or do we put them both on top? Okay, well, the easy answer is you put it on top. Okay? This is how I get my axle straight. This is a piece of aluminum. I've got it clamped to the bar. I've got this sitting on top of here. Obviously, the piece of steel I bought is straight. I lightly clamp it to here. I get my measurement here for how much I want it to be sticking off the end of here. This is a race, so you don't want to mess that up. And you want to give yourself a little bit of distance just in case the hub has a little whatever going on here. You don't want it up next to the bar steel there. Excuse my French. But anyway, so this is how you put a spindle on a bar and make a straight axle. Welding 101. Yes, you need a good welder. You need a welder that is going to lay down a bead like this. Okay? I'm not an expert, but I don't buy cheap shit. I buy good stuff. I buy what I can afford. This is a Hobart, and it's a 190. It's a 220 volt welder. I have argon gas. It's the only way to weld. You cannot weld anything with that flux core wire. It's good for nothing. It's garbage. You will always end up with a turkey shit weld. You will never get a good weld without using raw wire and argon gas. So spend the money, buy yourself a tank, get it filled with argon, and use argon when you're welding, because it's the only way to weld. Flux core does not work, and if you're not using any argon at all to weld with, you will get nothing but spatters. You'll get an incomplete, crappy weld. I don't even know if I have something around here that is crappy like that to show you. But you will not get a weld that is flowed like that. This is a block of steel. This is an 1.5 inch piece of steel. This is an 1.5 inch piece of square tubing. This is 1/8 inch thick steel tubing. Okay? That weld has penetrated this whole piece. You can see here on the corner that I've got so much heat going into it that I actually melted away the bar stock. Okay? This is a good weld. I'm not a professional. It may not look professional to a professional, but that's a good weld. That's a solid weld. I would trust that. And that's what you need. You need a minimum of a 190 or a 220 Hobart welder. If you got the money, buy a Miller welder, because Miller's even better. But you have to weld with argon. You can't really weld without argon. It just doesn't friggin' work, okay? So, onward with the project here. I'd like to film this while I'm doing it, but it's just not going to happen because I don't got anybody here to hold anything for me. So, onward with the show here.